Hello, Roftwood. It's me, Zombie GG with the Roftwood Coordination Center, proudly presenting you with another post-apocalyptic production I like to call an RCC Fireside Chat. This is part 2 of my series with a player whose contributions to Urban Dead both in-game and on the wiki are nothing short of colossal, the Johnny P. Baraga. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show.
But yeah, I joined the RRF in September of 2012, I think. I think it was September, maybe late August, something like that. And I got my first 20 levels or so with Team America, because back then I was on an internship in New York and the time zones really matched up.
So this was when Lord Mullock was Papa.
No, it was after that. Yeah, it was. I only had Irishman as Papa, and he was also leading most of the Team America strikes, as far as I remember. I might be like off a bit. And we had some great times like
Team America, Johnny Two Toes. You had 42 strikes, 83 kills, 6 ruins, 27 destroyed artworks.
Oh yeah, most of those are of the Night of the Shredded Canvas is what I think baptized it. And it was just a night where I was a bit late to the strike, if I recall correctly. And like, I think it was Millibatter or something like that, who broke open a museum. Oh no, the Adney Towers, I found the screenshot. He broke open Adney Towers in Galbraith Hills, and there were like, I think a dozen, like the maximum amount of paintings, of European paintings, and I just went in and smashed each and every one of them.
A zombie smashed a European painting again. And again. Like, dude, that's crazy. Like, someone stuffed that spot.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 in one freaking AP dump.
And
crazy.
That was like an amazing time, because back then you could crack open any lit TRP and see like a dozen survivors just like sitting inside there, like, yeah, you're being stupid, we're gonna eat you now. But in July, I joined early. I'm wrong. I'm having my timeline messed up, but it's in the profile. In any case, we visited quarterly like half a dozen times between July and September.
You visited quarterly? Like, did you just eat everyone inside, or did you do the truce?
The
hesitation.
Yeah, we might have eaten some of them.
I'm over it now. The thing is...
Okay, we ruined them, I mean, every fucking time. Like, the most kills back then that we as a team had was like 12. And that's not... like, that wasn't very exceptional. Because even today I'm with the RRF again, with Baraga, and we still get like 10, 12 kills at some strikes. Of course, you have to be lucky a little bit. But it's still possible. But yeah, I joined under Irishman, and as far as being a papa for the baby zombie I was back then, the Baba Zamba, he did fine. I mean, I got fed, I got my juice, I was raised very easily, because I sent you the link to my diary I held back then as a zombie, just like to track what I was doing. And in 17 days, I got 54 kills.
Hell yeah.
Or we got 54 kills for me, I think it actually. So they fed me 54 humans that I got the killing blow up. And on day 17 I got my first ruin. So that's actually fairly fast if you look at normal skill progression for new zombies. So for all the bad rap he gets, he wasn't that bad. The one thing he did wrong is that he didn't like leave a mark. The RRF was banking on their reputation at that point about the great things they did in the past, and you can do that for a while. People still ran away when they showed up, but at any point in the game, if 12 zombies break into your building, you're gonna run away unless you've got like enough people online, which at most points in this game of the past 14 years was relatively rare.
Yeah. So 2012 you had a DM Pro Survivor, and then you also made your zombie character in the RF.
Correct.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, what are you up to after that?
Well, by the end of that, I was working on the Danger Center, which I still consider one of my biggest achievements within the game.
Is that the thing on the wiki?
It's the thing on the wiki. It's, for people who don't know, you go to city maps on the wiki, scroll down a bit, and then click Danger Center. It might take a bit to load, but it's an update of all over 6,000 buildings in Malton and their current status.
Dude, I've never done this before. Walk me
Seriously?
through this. Yeah, dude, I'm a kind of big noob. I'm on the main UD wiki page. Where is this?
On the left, you see city map under
city
resources. You click on that and you scroll down all the way to more maps, and there you have Danger Center. But it probably will take a bit to load, and it's a dynamic map. Like for people who have updated danger reports for specific buildings, if you change one of those, it will automatically also show up on this entire map of Malton.
Wow. That's wicked cool.
Way back when I started this idea, which took an enormous amount of effort, and I have to give credits to a ton of people who are also in the talk page of the Danger Center. People like Charles, who did enormous amounts of work because all of this had to be manually inputted, like every building name. I also have to give credit to Akon, Klexer, Vapor, who did wonders once we had the basic concept. At first, a lot of people on the wiki were skeptical about, like, guys, this isn't gonna work, and if it's gonna work, it's gonna break the wiki, which it, in all fairness, did once or twice while in development.
Wow.
Yeah, honest to God, like, people were posting on forums and on IRC, like, hey, what's that wrong with the wiki? Is it down? Is Kevin pulling the plug? And I was like, nope, we tried to call the map and everything broke, but I'm just gonna try and fix it before anyone notices it's us.
Dude, this is so cool to look at. It's just like, I can see where the dead are just super red everything in the northwest part of the city. And it blows my mind, all those gray suburbs in the north. I really only play like in Roftwood or like with my zombie character, Human GG, down in the Fort Perrin area. I'm very ignorant of most of the city.
It's stupid of me, but I swear to God, after all these years, I still have very bad like orientation skills within Malton, and I still have to like, oh yeah, there's Roftwood.
Oh, it's the center. It's so easy.
So you can see there's a couple of red buildings. The mall or whatever it is in the center seems to be up, but you guys should update more often, because like the entire west side of your suburb is gray. I don't like gray buildings. Bob doesn't like them either. So, but it was this first project that I went like, okay, this should be possible. The technology is there. It's limited, and we had to like jerry-rig a couple things, and it took massive amounts of effort. But once it was done, I mean, this was great for us as well. If you look at the 5th of November page, there are screenshots of this page as the Big Bash, the 4th Big Bash. As that progressed, you can see like a swath of red going through Malton, like specific buildings turning red. And that's amazing. You can see where the Scourge is, as well as where the RRF is on this map currently, if you're smart.
Yeah, this map does make me kind of a little ashamed that you know, I love Roftwood so much, and I'm just like not taking care of the wiki part of Roftwood at all. I've like had a show with Bob and stuff, and I'm just so wiki lazy for the most part. It's and it's such a part of the game. Like Urban Dead's really fun when you play like your character in the game, but then the wiki's also like wicked fun. Has so many different things you can do on it.
It has a lot of potential, and what I've made my personal mission since I first joined the wiki is to get as much out of it as we can, because it's probably the best like storefront that Urban Dead has.
Excellent point.
Because new players will always end up on the wiki if they're a bit invested. Like, not every new account, of course, finds their way to the wiki. And right now, the main page is something me and Bob and Stellar have been worrying about for a couple of years, and we've been postponing work on that for a while. but you might see some updates soonish if we get it working. And more wiki stuff is to come later in this conversation, because I did a lot of different things.
The Danger Center, what an achievement, dude. What I'm gonna forever feel guilty now when like Roftwood's not updated, because it just looks like we're this gross gray empty area. It's like, not true. Sometimes we are, but not always.
There is a very simple solution for that, and I'll come back to it. I'll circle back to this later on in the timeline, because more is to come for when it comes to wiki stuff.
Okay. So where do we go after Danger Center?
After Danger Center, it was the 5th of November event. I joined the Philosoph Knights for a little bit, and then I basically fell off the map for, I think, almost a year. And I think the next time that I actually like logged in and had a contribution, an active contribution, was with Big Bash 4.
Let's bring that up. I think I remember that on my old school character. Big Bash 4. Let's at least put a year on this thing.
I think this was 2013, if I recall correctly.
Dude, this is insane. Someone put a lot of work into organizing this.
Oh, the Big Bash pages, sorry, are some of the best wiki pages out there for events. Because also, like, if you look at the page, you immediately see what's what. In the announcement box at the top,
yeah,
that's where you would see the current location, as well as like updates about what's happening.
Look, they got an IRC link, barha.com.
Yeah, you could follow them on Twitter. There was a Facebook account. You could chat to them on the talk page on Baraga.com, which of course has gone offline since, and also an IRC channel for Big Bash 4, as well as the objective. Like, as it says here, get your asses over to Buttonville. That's like the last location I think we visited. But you can see on the location tracker on the left, this is what we, all the suburbs that were visited. And I know that I joined a bit of the Big Bash. I tracked a bit of it as well, as in I just go through this. I took a couple screenshots.
Like on the zombie side?
Yeah, definitely. At that point, I really was convinced that the zombie sides for me was a lot more fun, and I like maintained this page, which is an oversight of like the first bit. Oh yeah, we started in Buttonville and then we circled around to it, if I recall correctly. There's a couple of screenshots of the Danger Center there, but as you can clearly see, I like dropped off again after 2-3 weeks.
So you just like showed up, did the Big Bash 4, peaced out?
Not even the entire Big Bash, because as you can see of the Danger Center, like it's covered a bit of it, like Buttonville in the bottom half of the map. You can see like how it was back then, and then you can slowly see this red blob spreading from all over the city.
Yeah, pretty savage.
Yeah, the zombies back then were, and still are by the way, nothing to mess around with, but they're incredibly fun to play.
I like playing my zombie guy, and I really like playing against the zombies. There's just the thing of a zombie is just so entertaining for me, both sides. I just want to shoot them, I want to freaking eat survivors sometimes. It's just a cool concept. It's like this weird subhuman creature. I don't know. Sometimes I feel bad for him, sometimes I like am disgusted by him. Sometimes I can relate to him and I just want to eat all humans, you know? It's messed up.
It's well, yeah, in some ways, in the meta, if you look at it from a distance, I've always felt that in Molten the cliches have turned around. If you want to play like this robotic autopilot mindset that a lot of people equate with zombieism, you have to play as a survivor. There are strict sets of instructions, this and that. But if you want to play as a human, actually, as like with emotions, with fun, with a narrative, with just like easy to go, fun around people, usually it's on the zombie side. You see a lot more emotion on the zombie side because their set of in-game options is fairly limited, so they get more chance to express themselves, or they're more urged to express themselves, like in communications. You saw this on the Barha forums, you saw this on NecroConnect, which was a forums that were a couple of years ago, where the Spectrum Defenders and the Scourge, for instance, started. And it's always been like this. If I look back at the DEM forums, for instance, Brainstock, I think they're called. There was a very clear set of instructions, like you would program a computer.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. Like the survivor side's a lot more regimented. It's like every action point
Counts.
Yeah, and it's like same thing with zombies. Every claw does count, but like in the survivor side, it's like you need to put you need to find ammo. You need to put ammo in your guns. You need to like make sure the place that you're getting ammo has a generator and is fueled or whatever.
It requires people who are good with instructions and who like working as a pseudo-military unit at some level, which naturally attracts more trench coaters than the zombie side.
I agree with that. It's an interesting thing. What I have learned from talking with like the MMS and working with the Molten Medical staff as long as I have now and so closely together, I have really adopted kind of like funny RP kind of play style for Zombie GG. It's a lot more entertaining for me, and I think other people think it's pretty funny too. Just the weird RP crap that we come up with while we're just like training rookies and stuff.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, it's kind of fun because I get to like create my character kind of like a script in a movie or something, you know? And it's like, it can be so abstract, anything I want to text. And so we come up with some pretty crazy and funny and goofy crap, and it's just funny to log in and laugh at it. And it helps, like, when you look at Urban Dead, it looks so plain, you know, it's just boxes and stuff. But, like, it's funny when, like, a little text can do to the area.
Absolutely.
So I kind of bring that to, I try to bring, because I agree, survivors can definitely kind of lean towards the trenchy side because of that, like, natural tendency to, be so anal and regimented and stuff. So it's important for me to have the Molten Medical staff and how they bring like humor and RP and kind of help balance the crazy hardcore military tactical type personalities.
Absolutely. I sent you a message earlier. I'm gonna have to cut out for a bit.
Okay, cool.
Be right back.
Yes, sir.
Hello again, Roftwood. This concludes part 2 of my discussion with a player who I have grown to respect for their mature perspectives, tactical insights, and overall contributions to Urban Dead both in-game and on the wiki, the Johnny P. Baraga. Be sure to stay tuned for part 3 coming soon. This RCC Fireside Chat is a post-apocalyptic production proudly presented to you by the Roftwood Coordination Center. I'm Zombie GG, and as always, Roftwood, the pleasure's been mine.